She will test you, your patience, your resolve, your very sense of self-worth. And here's the painful truth. If you're not ready, you will fail. You will lose control. You will act on impulse and regret it later. Right now, as you hear this, you are standing at a crossroads. One path leads to chaos, the other to calm. Most men choose the first path without even realizing it. They react instead of responding. But imagine a world where you hold firm, where you stay calm when storm winds howl. This is the world of the Stoic. And today, you will learn how to stand your ground when the tests come. This video will show you how to transform these challenges into moments of strength. You will learn how to use Stoic wisdom to stay steady, no matter what. I want you to pause right now and comment "Calm is my power" below. Write it. Own it. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Buckle up, because what you are about to learn is not just a lesson. It's a way of life. The problem, the emotional roller coaster. Now here is where most people completely fall apart. Picture this. You're in a bustling cafe, and your phone buzzes with a message. It's from her, and it's not what you expected. Instead of a warm greeting, it's a question with an edge. Suddenly, your heart races. In an instant, your mind is flooded with doubts and fears. This is the emotional roller coaster. It pulls you up with hope and drops you with disappointment. But there's a powerful lesson from Marcus Aurelius that cuts through this chaos. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. What does this mean for you? It's simple. You cannot control what she says or does, but you can control how you react. Imagine a soldier standing firm as the battlefield erupts in chaos. He does not flinch at each sound or movement. Instead, he focuses on his task, his mission. This is your call. Focus on your inner calm, not the storm outside. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Here's your action plan. When faced with emotional turbulence, take a moment to breathe. Inhale deeply, count to 4, then exhale slowly. This simple act centers you and allows you to respond, not react. Tonight, before you sleep, write down 3 moments from today where you felt pulled in by emotions. Then, write how you could have responded with calm. Review this each day and watch how your power grows. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. Phase 1, the calm before the storm. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Picture a village in ancient Rome. The sky is gray as storm approaches. People scurry to secure their homes, but one figure stands alone in the square. It's Cato the Younger. He is calm, unshaken, as the first drops of rain hit the ground. Why is he different? Because he knows the storm is not his enemy. His enemy is his own fear. Cato understood a key Stoic principle. The storm outside cannot touch the peace within. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately, said Seneca. It means do not waste energy on what might happen. Focus on what you control now. This is your moment to learn from Cato. Imagine a test of patience and strength. A message arrives, designed to rattle you. This is your storm, but you must stand like Cato, unfazed by the chaos around you. Here's the lesson. Embrace the calm before the storm. It's not about avoiding testing moments. It's about preparing your mind to remain steady when they hit. But here is the part nobody talks about. The storm isn't only external. It starts in your mind. You must master the calm within if you wish to withstand the storm outside. Count your breaths. Feel your feet on the ground. Let thoughts pass like clouds. These are your tools. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now, the action. Once today, pause and note the calm moments before a stormy interaction. Reflect on how you maintained your center. Compare this to a past reaction. See the progress. But knowing this alone is not enough. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Phase 2, the test of silence. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. In the silence, most people crumble. They fear the absence of noise, mistaking it for emptiness. But the silence is where the real test begins. It's the test of your inner strength. Picture Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, sitting alone in his chamber. The night is still, and not a sound disturbs the air. It's in these silent moments that he writes his thoughts, reflecting on his actions, his choices. The silence of a man's mind is the greatest strength, he would remind himself. Silence is not a weakness. It's a battlefield where only the strong prevail. The lesson here is simple. Silence is your friend, not your foe. It's in the quiet that you can hear your true self. Marcus understood that the noise of the world could never define him. Only his inner voice had that power. But here is where most people completely fall apart. They fill the silence with distractions, with chatter, with endless noise. They fear their own thoughts. They run from the calm because they mistake it for loneliness. But true strength lies in facing silence head-on. Tonight, when the world quiets, turn off the distractions. Sit with your thoughts. Do not run from them. Write down the first thoughts that come. Do not judge them. Simply observe and let them be. This is how you build strength in silence. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Because in the silence, there is a gift. A chance to recalibrate, to find balance. It's in the quiet moments that you truly understand yourself. But knowing this alone is not enough. Because there is something even more dangerous waiting in the shadows of your silence. Phase 3, the Shield of Rationality. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Imagine you're at work. Your boss has just dumped a new project on your desk with an impossible deadline. Your heart races. Your mind spins. You look around and see everyone else busy, heads down. In that moment, pressure can either break you or reveal your strength. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." What does this mean? It means your power lies not in controlling the storm, but in how you navigate through it. Your emotions are not the enemy, but letting them control you is. The key is rationality. When you feel overwhelmed, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is within my control right now? Separate what you can do from what you cannot. You cannot change your boss's demand, but you can choose your response. Rationality is the shield that prevents emotional chaos from seeping in. But here is the part nobody talks about. Most people think rationality is something you're born with. They believe it's a natural gift, not a skill. But that belief is a trap. Rationality is a muscle. You build it with practice. Start by questioning your fears. Are they based on facts or assumptions? When you question, you begin to dismantle the walls of panic and build a fortress of clarity. Tonight, make a list. Write down one fear or worry. Then, ask yourself, is this fear based on reality? Break it down. Find what is real and discard what is not. Most people stop here. Do not be most people. Here's your challenge. What story have you been telling yourself that isn't true? Comment below. Face it. Own it. Let every like be a reminder to keep questioning. If this is hitting different right now, subscribe. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. Now that you understand this, let me show you the weapon that makes it stick. Phase 4, the empathy weapon. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good. Imagine this. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, sat in his tent with chaos swirling around him. Enemies at the gate. Betrayal in his ranks. In his private thoughts, he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." He knew something people often miss. The power of empathy. Empathy is not just understanding how others feel. It is a weapon, a tool to cut through confusion and conflict. Marcus faced opposition every day. Yet, he didn't just react. He paused. He tried to see from the perspective of those around him. This wasn't weakness. This was strength. Here's the lesson. When someone tests you, when they push your buttons, your first instinct is usually to push back. But the Stoics teach us that empathy can turn a battle into an opportunity. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Think about that. When you feel attacked, use empathy. Listen more than you talk. Now pay attention. This is the real lesson. Instead of assuming malice, assume misunderstanding. Instead of jumping to defend yourself, pause. Ask questions. Seek clarity. This shifts the control back to you. You are no longer reacting to their chaos. You are navigating it. If this is hitting different right now, do one thing for me. Hit that subscribe button. Not for me. For the version of you that needs this reminder next week. And here is where the rubber meets the road. Tonight, practice this. The next time someone tests your patience, don't just react. Take a moment. Ask yourself, what are they really saying? What might they be feeling? When you start with empathy, disagreements become discussions. Battles become bridges. But knowing this alone is not enough. Because there is something even more dangerous. Phase 5, the connection reinforcement. This next part might make you uncomfortable. Good, because this is where most people completely fall apart. Imagine a man named Eric. He worked in a fast-paced office, always on the brink of chaos. Meetings ran late, deadlines loomed, and his phone never stopped buzzing. One day, his boss called him into the office. She criticized his latest project, questioning his commitment and effort. Eric's first instinct was to defend himself, to list the reasons why he was right. Instead, something clicked. He remembered the Stoic lesson he had read the night before. He took a breath, paused, and asked, "What exactly didn't you like about it? What can I focus on for next time?" His boss softened. The conversation shifted from a confrontation to a collaboration. Eric didn't just protect his position. He strengthened his connection with his boss. This is the power of connection reinforcement. A misunderstanding turned into mutual respect. Now, here is the lesson. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." This means choosing to face difficulties bravely, not just enduring them. When you choose to reinforce a connection, you are not weak. You are courageous. You are choosing the harder path, one where you build instead of breaking. This is not about bowing down or giving in. It's about getting stronger together, recognizing that we are all fighting our own battles. And this is where it gets dangerous. Your ego will scream at you. It will tell you to defend, attack, stand your ground. But if you want real strength, you need to rise above those impulses. So, tonight, I want you to do something different. Before you sleep, think about someone who challenges you, someone who tests your patience. Write down 3 questions you could ask them to build understanding, questions that would make them feel heard and valued. When you do this, you're not just changing the dynamic with them. You're reshaping who you are, turning conflict into connection. But knowing this alone is not enough, because there is something even more dangerous. The manifesto. So here we are. Right now, you're standing at the edge of something significant, something most people avoid. But you're not most people. You now understand that strength isn't about overpowering others. It is about mastering yourself. It is about facing the tests life throws at you, especially when she tests you. Embrace this moment. It is a call to arms against mediocrity. It is a reminder that real power comes from the inside. Power to remain calm. Power to see things clearly in chaos. To act with purpose, not with reaction. Remember Marcus Aurelius. He wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Your thoughts are the battlefield. Control them, and you control the world. This is your manifesto. Refuse to be shaken by life's storms. Refuse to crumble under pressure. Stand, unyielding, like a fortress. When challenged, your response is not to rise in anger or retreat in fear. It is to stand firm with grace, to listen more and speak less, to turn every test into a testament of your strength. So, rise above the noise. Commit to this path. Write your own story of resilience and connection. Subscribe. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And I will see you in the next one.